Hello my dear friend, welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm hopefully going to help you reframe your negative thoughts. Now, what we're going to be working with today is a little bit of biology and a little bit of a Kundalini science, which is an energy science, which very much mixes and integrates the understanding of biology and the way in which our body works, the way in which our mind works, the way in which we are moving through life, consciously and unconsciously, and how we can start to rewire that. So stay tuned, because at the end of the video I'm going to share with you a really fantastic Kundalini yoga tool. It's just a simple breathwork technique, 1 minute long, that you can do to calm the nervous system, reconnect to your inner guidance system, and start to become aware of the negative thought patterns that are sort of like guiding your life and how to switch that up. Okay, so stay tuned till the end and we're going to do a really quick breathwork practice together. So before we get into that, let's talk about why humans have such a built-in negativity bias, right? We literally, let's say we're creating a video on social media and we receive one negative comment around a multitude of very nice comments, right? Our brain will focus in on that one negative comment and we'll be like, great, I'm a piece of shit. Chat GPT, can you find me a new job, please? Bink. You know what I'm saying, right? We really home in on the negative thing. And that's not just you. It's not just me. It's part of our biological system. It's part of our wiring as a human with a brain, yeah? So the first part of this little video today, I would like to get into what is actually happening with this negativity bias and why we're so tuned into it, why we're so attached to negativity compared to a more positive outlook on life. So in Kundalini yoga, or in Kundalini science, which is a science, a movement of transformation of energy, it works with balancing mind, body, spirit. In Kundalini science, we call the negative script, if you like, that continuous negative script in the mind, we would call this the negative mind, yeah? And in biology, it's very much related to the amygdala, which is part of the brain that is 24/7 looking out for danger and threats. So, you know, it's not just you, it's not just me. If we don't have this negative mind, this amygdala under control, yeah, so we're becoming the observer of this space, it is going to run the show. So it's something that's actually built inside of us. I call it the health and safety manager of our existence. And when you start to think about it like that, it makes the negativity bias not so sort of like hard to feel, right? It makes us recognize that, okay, it's scientific and it's part of our biology and it's meant to be there. It's only just doing its job, really. But what we want to start to do, and specifically what we do in Kundalini yoga, for example, and other forms of yoga and meditation, breath work, is we start to create space in between our truest, authentic self, our awareness, and noticing whether the negative mind or the amygdala, the built-in health and safety manager, is running the show and is actually dragging us down with it. So we have to be very mindful of that. So here's the spiraling loop that happens. The amygdala looks out for threats, so the negative mind looks out for threats, or the limbic system, and it's going threat, threat, threat. Oh, you shouldn't do that. That's bad for you. Don't do that for that long. This is this. Don't go there. Remember last time, there's the risk. So it's continuously assessing risks. It's a very fast risk assessment machine inside of our brain, okay? So we need to be very mindful of whether that risk assessment machine is running the show and bringing us down into that very negative spiral with it, okay? So it's just doing its job, but we must also do our job in the sense of observing that space. So when the amygdala and negative mind starts to run the show, what happens is the amygdala sends messages to the nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, and it sends alarm bells off in the body, in the nervous system, saying, run, this is an emergency, it's urgent, let's go. Yeah, so the nervous system then also starts to respond. And when the nervous system responds to these so-called negative threats that the amygdala negative mind has fed it with, what the nervous system does is it starts to replay these patterns over and over again. These patterns of, I am not safe, there is a threat, I should be fearful, I should be anxious, it's all guns blazing, it's all go, 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 let's go. Yeah, it's always wanting to run because the nervous system simply receives that pattern, and the nervous system likes familiarity. So when the amygdala has perceived a threat, just doing its job, the unobserved amygdala or unobserved negative mind is just doing its job of perceiving a threat. That message goes to the nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system goes into fight or flight state. If we don't observe these states, then the nervous system is going to replay these states, these patterns, yeah, because it just replays what it's familiar with. Because in the nervous system's understanding, familiarity is safety. Okay, so that's how that's working there. Now, what we do, or what we can do, or a little tool that I'm going to show you how to do, is we can start to activate what we might call the neutral mind. Yeah, the neutral mind is not the negative mind. The neutral mind is what I call the Zen master inside of us. It's very neutral, it's very present, it's the observer's point of view. So it can observe the amygdala and all of its threat observation, the negative mind starting to go into spirals of negativity, the nervous system that's gone into fight or flight, and it's replaying these patterns of stress and fear and anxiety. When we start to activate the neutral mind, the Zen master, which is part of the prefrontal cortex in biology, it's the space of which we can become the watchman, we can become the observer. We've taken a step back. We're not cognitively fused, as they might say in psychology, to our thoughts, to our negativity bias. We are cognitively diffused. Now the amygdala and the negative mind is doing its job, and we've taken a step back and we've come into more of a Zen space of which we can then choose a new pattern. We can choose a new response. And that's where the positive mind might come in. The positive mind is more of the optimist, right? It's more the optimistic mind. It likes to go, how can I take this opportunity? Where should we go? What can we do? Yeah, it's very much crafted by the soul in that sense. The negative mind, the negativity bias brings form to the soul and it keeps us safe in varying different ways. But when it's overrun and we cannot see the wood for the trees and we have become these patterns, then that's when it becomes a problem to us, because our life starts to be shaped by negativity and what we can't do and why we shouldn't do it and why we're really bad at everything and all of this stuff, and it can lead to a lot of self-doubt instead of our life being shaped by, how can I take a step back? How can I find that space? And how can I rewrite that pattern and start to build in some of the balance between the positive and negative mind? Start to take the opportunity, see the bright side of something, start to recognize our good and positive qualities that always get overshadowed when we're very connected to that negative space. Okay? So you are not alone if you're going through negative spiraling patterns in your life that are actually really affecting your day. And a couple of the things that I find that if I am spending far too much time attached to the threat detector, of which I can because I'm a Pisces, and Pisces can go woo, downward fish, but we can also go ooh, upward fish. So I teach this because it's quite familiar to me. But if you start to find in your day-to-day life that you are going into that negativity spiral and you can't see the wood for the trees, you can't find that peace point, then it's going to cloud your vision. It's going to disconnect you from that deep part of yourself that's infinite, you know, the soul's calling, your inner wisdom, your intuition, yeah, because the mind is too noisy. And intuition and the soul and our inner guidance system starts to speak up when we've stilled the mind, when we've come to a more present space, and when we can start to see along the horizon with a more expansive and optimistic and positive outlook on life. This is not bypassing the negative mind, and only liking positive. No. This is because we're out of balance, right? We're out of balance because naturally, biologically, in survival times, our ancestors would have survived because of this amygdala. They would have survived because of the negative mind, out in the wild a little bit more. And so therefore it's built in. And now we're getting it continuously, getting this sort of nervous system fired up all the time. We check an email, we're scared. We check social media, we're scared. We go outside, we're scared. Everything is very wired for us to be stuck in that negativity bias. So we're out of balance. We no longer have that equilibrium in the body, and therefore we need to start to find the mediator between positive and negative mind and notice where we're spending most of our time. Okay. So let's do a beautiful little breathing technique. It's extremely simple and we're just going to do it for 1 minute. You can do it at any point in your day. It is more of the parasympathetic activation, so it's more of the calming. This is very nice to do maybe at the end of the day, or if you feel like you are in this very uptight fight or flight, looking out for threats and looking out for dangers. At any point in your day, you could do this, okay? So we're simply going to sit up. It might be that you're on a chair like me, and if you are, you can bring the soles of the feet to the floor. You might be on the floor, you might be on a sofa, however you are, just make sure your spine's nice and tall. And then from here, ground the feet to the floor. And it's going to be very, very simple is this practice. We're going to take the left hand into what we call Gyan Mudra. So the tip of the first finger and thumb are going to touch, and you're simply going to bring that hand down onto the left lap, palm facing up. And then we're going to bring the right thumb and close off the right nostril like this. And all we're going to do is inhale through the left nostril only and exhale through the mouth, and then keep going like that. So inhale left, exhale mouth, inhale left, exhale mouth. We're not changing the nostrils, we're just breathing through the left nostril. So it looks a little bit like this. We're sitting up tall, we're slightly tucking the chin, blocking off the right nostril. And I'll show you first and foremost. So it goes inhale through the left nostril. Exhale with a little whistle through the mouth. I can't whistle. If you can, go for the sound, okay? Inhale left nostril. Exhale, whistle. And we're going to keep going for 1 minute. It's going to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system and bring us into a more calm state in the nervous system, so we can then observe the patterns. Let's go for it. So close the eyes down, block off the right nostril, and start to inhale through the nose, very slow and steady. Relax the belly for a full breath. Exhale through the mouth. Keep going. Eyes are closed, slow, steady. Take the gaze inwardly. Keep going, stay focused. The negative mind is going to want to butt in and go, why are you doing this silly thing? Yeah, that's the negative mind speaking. And just keep going. We're starting to activate the neutral mind, the Zen master. Just another 20 seconds. release the right hand down onto the lap. Inhale through both nostrils, keeping the eyes closed. Hold the breath in for a moment and exhale. And just keep the eyes closed and take a moment of observation. Come back to a natural breath. You might notice a stillness. Maybe not, it might take practice. You might notice a more neutral space, so you've become the observer, this calm mediator instead of the reactor. Again, it takes time, don't judge yourself. And then very slowly open the eyes and come back into the space. Okay, so left nostril breathing, parasympathetic nervous system brings us back into this more grounded sensation so that we can start to observe the threat detector at play. Now, if you felt that the left nostril was really blocked when you were doing it, that might be an indicator that you do need to observe some of those nervous system patterns of fight or flight and drop back into that recognition of, ooh, where can I start to allow myself to find that presence in my day-to-day life? Where can I find that neutral space so that I can start to shift some of these familiar patterns in the nervous system? So that is a little 1-minute practice that you can do in your day if you feel like you're going down that negativity loop. You're not alone. I hope this helped, and yeah, see you next time. Remember to like and subscribe, and ciao for now. Hi guys, thanks for watching that video with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it means the world to me. If you would like to watch any more videos, there's 2 here just for you.